Hi, I'm Leslie. Um, Welcome to my page. I have been wanting to do long form story sharing for a while. I just never really could think about what I wanted to talk about until today. So bear with me. This is definitely a story time worth listening to because um, yeah, it's just worth listening to. So sit down, grab your tea, popcorn, whatever it is that you like. I promise I won't keep you too long, but you'll be glad you listened. So this morning, I went to bed actually late last night. So this morning, my mom calls me super early in the morning and she proceeds to tell me that she has to cook a soup for a family member and she was hoping it would be done by noon and that they had sent an Instacart order to the house, but that the ingredients were incorrect. So she's asking me if I can help her by placing a new order and having it delivered to her. So I go on Instacart um, and I check. I actually don't even use, sorry, that's a lie. I don't use Instacart. I use PC Express, but they also have delivery. So I proceed to go to my PC Express account and see if I can have the items delivered. When I log in, the soonest the items can be delivered are 2 o'clock and it's a $10 delivery charge. So, of course, I go, Mom, I know you. If I'm going to have items delivered, I might as well just call you an Uber so that you can go to the grocery store and then pick everything that you need and then I'll Uber you back. So she agrees and she's like, okay, give me 2 minutes. I'll get ready. So I proceed to call the Uber for her and she says, I'm going to go outside and wait so that once they arrive, I'm ready to go. So we're just chatting about her morning. And as we're chatting, she says to me, hey, I see a grandma outside on a walk. And I say, oh, that's cute. And then we continue talking. About 2 minutes into the conversation, my mom says to me, hey, it looks like she's walking towards me. So I say, oh, okay. So I'm like, well, we're still on the phone so I can hear what's going on. Um, and this senior comes to my mom and she says, I'm so sorry to bother you. Where am I? I went for a walk and I think I'm lost. So we're going to call this senior Patty. That's not her actual name. I'm protecting her privacy. But for the sake of the story, we're going to call her Patty. So Patty proceeds to ask my mom where she is because she went for a walk and she's lost. And now that she's up close to my mom can see that she's visibly disoriented and just looks exhausted. So, as my mom begins to ask her questions, the Uber that I called for her arrives. So, my mom, and this is just a testament to the woman that raised me, says to the Uber, hi, can you please Google this Patty's home address? So the Uber driver and myself on the phone, I'm Googling the address to see how far is Patty's home, to see if we can help her get home. Um, Upon looking up how far she was an hour and 45 minutes away from her home. So now I'm concerned. My mom's concerned. So she goes, okay, do you have a phone number of someone we can contact? The only number she provides us is with her own home number. So my mom proceeds to ask, do you live alone? Do you live with someone else? And she shares that she lives alone. So we're all brainstorming. And I say to my mom, you know what? Can you ask the Uber driver to call the police? Because if someone's filed a missing persons report, who knows? So the Uber driver, bless his heart, Jaskarit, I believe that was his name, calls the police. And he calls the police and he explains the situation that he's here with his customer and a senior woman who seems lost and disoriented and needs help to get home. The police proceeds to ask him to put her on speaker. Like he puts his phone on speaker, and they start asking her questions. And by now we can all visibly tell there's definitely something. I don't know her, so I wouldn't want to mention, but she definitely is very disoriented. So um, my mom says to her Uber driver, okay, let's just wait with her until the police can come, because I don't feel comfortable leaving her alone. And by this time, Patty is thanking my mom and saying, "Oh, I'm so sorry to bother you. This is what happens with old age." And my mom's reassuring her that you aren't a bother, and even proceeds to share that my mom, aka my grandma, is about the same age as you. And if she was lost, I would want someone to make sure she was safe and stay with her. So as they're sitting down, by this point, my mom has asked her to sit down, and she was walking with a walker, you guys, like with a walker. Um, and she's asking about her children, her life. They're having a good old grandma to grandma conversation. And I asked my mom, hey, can she give us her children's names and their surnames so that maybe I can do like an internet search and find someone and let them know what's going on. So she's sharing the names, and I'm on my phone just searching, searching, searching. Luckily, one of the names that she provided me with, I'm able to find a contact on one of the social media apps, and I reach out to them. But when I get on their page, I also see that they shared um, a real estate listing, and I realize that both surnames are the same. So I reach out to that real estate office, and I leave a message with the admin saying, I'm not a client of this individual, but I need them to contact me because a relative of theirs is lost, and we've contacted the police to ensure she gets home safe. But in the event there's any miscommunication, I feel like a relative should know what's going on. Um, so I get back to my mom, and they're still together. By now, it's probably 20 minutes. So around that 25-minute mark, the police arrive, and my mom makes sure that she goes with the police. But before she goes with the police, Patty turns to my mom and says, "Can I?" and just gets super emotional and goes, "Can I please hug you? I just love you." So she hugs my mom. She hugs the Uber driver, and then the police go with her to make sure she gets safely home. Um, and then I get a call back, and I get a call back. It's from one of her family members, and I let them know what's happened. To which they thank my mom, they thank me, they thank the Uber driver. And I just let them know, I'm like, listen, I have a grandmother who's 82. And if she was ever in that position, I would only pray that people who are willing to help her and make sure she gets home safely, those are the people that she found. So she's now safe home. Her family knows. But I was just so touched because the morning started off, I was very annoyed that my mom woke me up. And to think that it was just missing ingredients that had my mom outside so early in the morning. Um, but the turn of events that she was able to help someone, that's just who my mother is. And it's such a testament to the human that raised me and instilled these values in myself and my siblings. So I just want to shout out my mom because she's such an amazing person. And I want to encourage you to consistently look around and lend a hand. Like, I just feel like sometimes that's really missing from today. And I'm even going to go a step further and say I feel like we don't cherish our senior citizens in ways that we should. Um, so, yeah, be like my mom. Okay, bye.